In today's video, I'll be ranking every ult in Marvel Rivals. By ult, I mean ultimate ability. So this is the ability that you get when your bottom bar charges all the way up to 100, and you can unleash this really heavy-duty attack. And of course, we're going to be ranking these on a tier list. You can pause here to check out all the tiers. There's 5 of them. At the time of recording this, Blade isn't out yet, so he will not be included in this video. This video is a long one, so grab some popcorn and let's go. First up, we have Adam Warlock's ult. This ultimate brings your entire team back from the dead, but it does have a really long charge time. If a good Adam Warlock player puts his ult in the right spot, hidden away from the enemy team, it can actually be really good. However, you only spawn in with 100 health, which really isn't that good. For that reason, I'm going to give this ultimate the middle of the pack, just kind of meh. If you spawned in with more health, it would be pretty higher. Next up, we have Black Panther's ultimate. In this one, you pretty much just summon this giant statue of Bast, and he strikes your enemies, I think, but he leaves behind one of those Black Panther tags, so it can be useful for your dashes. I've seen people try to use this ult for a team wipe, but it's really better if you just use it for one single person. I'm already not the biggest Black Panther fan, but this ult is just really underwhelming, which is why I'm going to put it in the below average category. Next up, we have Black Widow, and before I even say anything, this ult is going straight into Flarkin horrible. I think in total I've died to this ultimate once, maybe twice, and I've only gotten 2 kills with it. This is genuinely one of the weakest ultimates in the entire game, and I have no idea why they gave her this ult. After that abomination, we have Captain America. His ultimate basically turns him into God. He cannot be killed. He also leaves a trail of healing behind him, so if your teammates are in that trail, they'll obviously heal. While, yes, very good, this ultimate doesn't really give him any new abilities or a really heavy-duty kind of attack. It's also been nerfed a bunch, which is why I'm going to put it in the meh category. Cloak and Dagger's ultimate is really good. The movement you can get out of this ultimate is really good, and the healing that can also deal damage to opponents has gotten me killed or won me teamfights so many times. I've said this multiple times that the ult is really good, but there's so many better defensive ults in the game already that this one kind of gets pushed aside. Just because of its competition, I'm going to put it in the amazing tier, though I could move it up to fantastic. Following that really good ult, we have another really good one with Doctor Strange's ult. You can get 2-3 kills every time you ultimate with Doctor Strange. There is no other ult in the game that can literally turn the tide of a game like this ult can. It does have a long charge time, but it totally makes up for that in usability. This ult gets the freest fantastic tier probably in this entire video. After that, we have Emma Frost, and her ult is the definition of meh. Don't get me wrong, it's a good ult, but it just doesn't really do enough to be in that really top tier ult. She basically uses Snow Bunny mind control to control all the enemies, and if you hold them long enough, they'll walk towards you. I already kind of explained where this is going, and it's going in the meh tier. It's just kind of okay. Next up, we have Groot, and his ultimate can be really good if you use it in the right scenarios. If you solo ult someone with it, then you're using it completely wrong. You need to use it when the entire team is clumped together to get the best usage out of it. Similar to Doctor Strange, you want to use this one to kind of stop everyone for a second, but it pulls them together, so if you throw your Groot ball at him, you can get a really good kill streak out of it. Overall, this is a pretty good ult, so I'm going to put it in the amazing tier. It's nothing too special, but it's really good. Next up, we have Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's ultimate basically gives him, well, aimbot. It charges your arrow damage to 100% constantly, so if you just spam that, shoot button, yeah, you're gonna get an insane kill streak with this ultimate. Now, of course, it does have its downsides that it doesn't give him any extra health, so he is still pretty easy to shoot. Which is why, along with Groot, I'm gonna give him amazing. It's good, but he does have some vulnerabilities with it. Next up, we have Hela, and there's no debate where this ult is going. I shouldn't even have to say it. It's going in fantastic. Is there really a debate that this is one of the best ultimates in the game? I mean, it does so much damage, and you're in it for like almost 10 seconds, which is insane. That's literally all I gotta say about it. It is so overpowered. Next up, we have the Monster Hulk ultimate, and I hear so many people glazing this ultimate, like, it's not that good. The only time I really sweat when I hear this ultimate go off is if I'm right next to him, or if he grabs me and starts slinging me around like I'm Loki. There are two positives, one of which being his tremendous health, and that's really good for holding the point, and that his Thunderclap is infinite, and that does do quite a bit of damage. So, we have yet another entry to meh. Now we have Johnny Storm's ultimate, Supernova. This ultimate lasts for about 10 seconds, and you can throw down an infinite amount of fire tornadoes, which do insane damage. After his fire tornado team up with Storm got removed, this ultimate kind of lost an ability with it. Don't get me wrong, it is a really, really good ultimate, and I'm putting it in amazing, but it shouldn't really go any higher, and it can't go into fantastic, because it's not at that level. Now we have his sister, Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. Her ultimate is one of the best defensive ults in the entire game, though I do think it could last a little longer. This ult basically makes your entire team immortal for I think it's 8 seconds, I think? But that's besides the point. This ultimate has won me so many games, I can't count them all on one hand. This ult is going into fantastic, and it's kind of fitting. Next up, we have Iron Fist, and this is the most overrated ult in the entire game. As soon as he starts spitting that Chinese bullcrap, every single hero on the battlefield targets him. Now, of course, he does deal quite a bit of damage, so I do have to factor that in, plus it's really good for taking out flying heroes. But now for my hot take of the video, I'm putting this ult in meh. It's just not as good as people think. But now for a very kind of obvious take, Maximum Pulse has to go in fantastic.
Jarvis?
Sir.
Activate Goon Mode.
Other than Wolverine's ult, this has to be the most fun ult to use in the entire game. If you're not saying, Jarvis, clip that, then you're not using this ult right. But to the actual facts, this ult can one-shot Luna while she's mid-ult. It has to be here as one of the greatest in the game. And we're back to the overrated ults. It's Jeff is one of the most overrated ults in the entire game. On domination maps, it is really good, but on the payload maps, for some reason all the Jeffs I play with just throw with it and like to throw us teammates off the map with him. I don't know. I'm sorry to all the Jeff cultists I'm about to offend, but his ult is going in meh for me personally. Now we have Loki, and this is one of the hardest ults for me to rank personally. Like, how do you rank an ultimate that is every single ultimate in the entire game? From what I've played with Loki, it seems his ult charges fairly quickly, so I can base it off of that, but what else do I say? This all depends on whose ult you pick, and I'm going to put it in amazing for that, because you can get some really bad ones if you pick the wrong person. Do I really have to talk about Luna Snow's ult? I mean, this is one of, if not the best ultimate in the entire game. It lasts for 12 seconds, and you can either basically make your team invincible with constant healing, or give them an insane damage boost. It's obviously going to go in fantastic. The only downside is that Luna herself can't deal damage while ulting, but your teammates can with that progressive healing and the damage boost. Just like Iron Fist and Jeff, we have another really overrated ultimate, Dark Child. All this ult really does is give Magic an insane damage boost, which I did say was insane, and it really is, and that's the only reason I'm putting this ult pretty high up on my list. Other than her abilities doing a lot more damage, it doesn't really give Magic any more new abilities, like an Iron Man ult. So, for that reason, I'm also putting this one in meh. Good, but not great. Before doing research for this video, I had no clue how Magneto ults worked. Turns out, the longer you hold it, the more damage it'll do, and this whole time, I was just releasing it as soon as I activated my ultimate. So I hopped in some games and I held it for longer, and this thing is a beast. I sometimes, with one throw of this big rock, can get like 3 kills with it. I really underestimated this ult, and I'm gonna put it in amazing, which I never thought I'd be saying. We are now halfway through the characters, and now we have Mantis. And unfortunately, in my opinion, this is another really overrated ult. Basically what it does is it gives Mantis a slight speed boost, and it gives all your teammates around you healing over time. Jesus, how many ults give healing over time? This is a fairly defensive ult, and it only lasts 8 seconds, so with its competition, I think it deserves below average. Now we have Mr. Fantastic, and Mr. Fantastic's ult is actually pretty decent. It's able to dish out some pretty good damage over time, but I rarely find myself getting kills with it. And for that reason, and a couple more, I'm going to put it in the meh tier. I mean, it's a good ultimate, and I keep saying this with all the ones in meh, it's good, but it's not great. Now we have Moon Knight, and his ult might have gotten the biggest buff out of any ultimate in the entire game. If we were ranking this in Season 1 or Season 0, I would have put this ultimate in dead last. It was atrocious. However, they buffed almost all of its stats across the board, making it a really good ult now. However, it's still really easy to avoid, so I'm going to end up putting it in below average. Other than Loki, Namor's ult was the second hardest for me to rank. He and Moon Knight's ults are very similar, and if I'm going to put Moon Knight's in below average, I kind of have to do the same for Namor, but I do find Moon Knight's to be a little better. However, they operate very similarly, so Namor is also going to go in below average. I'm just not a fan of these circle ults. Next up, we have Penny's ult, Spider Time, and Spider Time needs to be kind of ranked in two separate ways. On payload maps, it's not very good, I'm just going to be honest. You're not going to be contesting a payload with your Spider Mines. But on domination maps, it is an incredible defensive ult, like probably the best for holding point. And just for its domination and point holding ability, I'm going to put it in amazing, mainly just for that defense. Now we have the newcomer, Phoenix. Her ult basically turns you into a thermonuclear missile, and you just bomb anyone who's in the area. You can tag enemies before you ult to deal more damage with it, and honestly, it's just an incredible ult all around. Its placement is kind of tricky because it's not really fantastic, but I do think it's better than amazing, but it's nowhere near the ones that are in fantastic, so it's gotta go in amazing. Next up, we have Psylocke, and I'm just going to get this out of the way. It's going straight into fantastic. I've seen a lot of people try to use this ultimate in big, crowded areas with 4 or 5 people, but you really only want to use it with like 2 or maybe 3. This ult works best on domination maps, but it can be used in payload maps as well, as you're going to see in the gameplay here. This ultimate is easily one of the best in the entire game, no debate. We have back-to-back good ultimates here with the Punisher's ultimate. It really shouldn't come as a shock to you that this is going to go in the fantastic tier. It is, again, a top 5 ult in the entire game. This ultimate has one of the highest DPSs in the entire game for any ability. You fire these Gatling guns, like, infinitely for, I think, 12 seconds. You also have these auto-locking missiles that come out of your backpack that can just deal insane amounts of damage. Next up, we have The Thing, and his ultimate ability is... This ultimate is already one of the best tank ultimates in the game, and it works similar to Doctor Strange's where the entire enemy team will be frozen. The effect only does last for about 4 to 5 seconds, and it's really easy to charge up though, so I'm going to give it amazing. It is a really good ultimate, and as a Thing main, I love it. Next up, we have Rocket Raccoon's ultimate, and this ultimate is just really underwhelming. Now, except for Black Widow, there's no bad ultimate in the game necessarily, but this is definitely one of the worst ones. It gives overhealth and a fairly slight damage boost, so it can't really go too far up my ranking. It's probably the worst support ult in the game, so I'm going to put it in below average, but I could even put it down in Flark and Horrible if I wanted to, but I do think it's useful in some situations. Now we have a pretty polarizing ultimate that I could see going either way, and that's Scarlet Witch's ultimate ability, Pure Chaos. Every time a Scarlet Witch on my team uses the ultimate, they get shot out before they can actually explode. But the enemy Scarlet Witch gets an entire team wipe with one ultimate. She only gets 100 overhealth when ulting, so it's not really that good. However, I have to put it in amazing just for that ability to get an entire team wipe and change the tides of a match. Next up we have Squirrel Girl, and if you want an alt that is 100% of the time gonna get you at least one kill, this is the alt for you. While playtesting Squirrel Girl for this video, I consistently found myself getting double kills with her ultimate, or me getting killed by her ultimate. Those squirrels just do so much damage that it is unnecessarily good. For that reason, it has to go on amazing. It is really, really, truly good. Next up, we have Spider-Man, and I don't play Spider-Man a lot, but I did get a lot of time to test his ult in the practice range and in a couple of real games, and it's honestly just kinda okay. Don't get me wrong, on domination maps, this ultimate can be really good, but on payload maps, it's just not really as usable. But an ultimate that can get a team wipe still has to get credit where credit's due, so I'm gonna put it in amazing. It is amazing. Tell me this, where do you think I'm gonna put an ultimate that gives you aimbot, free flying, unlimited ammo, and has a 0.5 second reload time? If you said fantastic, you'd be correct. It's going in fantastic, obviously. This ultimate is probably the most powerful in terms of damage output in the entire game. It is genuinely insane. Who at NetEase thought this would be a good idea? After that, we have Storm, and her ult actually has quite a bit of variation to it. You can use the Jeff Nado, and earlier you could use the Johnny Storm team up to turn it into a Fire Tornado. Although both really cool, they will not be included in my ranking for this ultimate. This ultimate doesn't really last for that long, and it does quite a bit of damage, but it just doesn't last long enough, so for that reason, I'm going to put it in amazing. After that, we have Thor, and his ult is going to go in below average for me personally. Don't get me wrong, I've gotten a lot of kills with this, but I also have quite a few hours on Thor already. And even with that, it's still not very good, and even I, as a Thor defender, can admit that. Not to mention, we're comparing this to some of the best ultimates in the entire game, so it really can't stand up. For our final strategist on the list, we have Ultron. Now his ult, you can use two different ways. You can use it to deal damage, or you can use it to heal your team. But what you're really going to want to focus on is that healing your team part. He's a strategist after all, and that's kind of their main thing, is to heal the team. And it does a really good job at that, but the damage output it does just really isn't that good. I would put it in amazing, but it doesn't stack up to some of the other ults in there, so it's gotta go in meh. And now for our final tank on the list, Venom. You've heard the age-old saying that Venom's ult doesn't get kills, and I find that partially true. It does deal a lot of damage, but you're never gonna really finish it and get the kill with it. I hate to do this, but I gotta give Venom meh. You just can't really get kills with it. Bucky's ult is going straight into fantastic. This is the only ultimate in the entire game that can refresh once you get a kill with it. And that is insane. After 2 agains, you know you're cooked if you haven't died yet. He is getting that final squad wipe with it, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's been times in real life where I've flinched from hearing my friend say, "Again!" And to finish the list, we have the tank buster himself, Wolverine. As I mentioned previously, this ult is the most fun to use in the entire game. Something about pulling everyone up in the air with you and slamming them down is just so fun, especially to Doctor Strange for some reason. I just love doing it. However, the ult doesn't really last that long, and it's really just kind of a one and done thing, so I'm going to put it in amazing. It's a really fun ult. It just can't stack up against that Luna Snow or Bucky kind of ult level, but it's still really fun. Anyways, that wraps up our video, going over every Marvel Rivals ult and ranking all of them on a tier list. This video, I'm not kidding, has taken me a week to record all of the audio and get all the footage and put the entire thing together, so thank you for staying until the end. I really appreciate it. If I had to pick a favorite though, it would probably be a 3-way tie between Luna Snow, Hela, and Star-Lord. All of those ults are just so good. Anyways, like I said before, that'll about do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach 50 so I can actually stream Marvel Rivals on the channel. Basically all I gotta say is have a good night, God bless, and peace.